What is up, you YouTubers? It is I, Henry. Yes, I am alive, and I'm back with another deck profile of Burning Abyss, hidden underneath my Kaioken Goku. I am going to be giving you this deck profile today of Burning Abyss post-BOSH format, or post-BOSH pack, and adjusted format build that I've been working on. I am going to go through it pretty quickly, though, because I'm trying to get this in only under 10 minutes or under. So if I have time after the profile of the main deck and the extra deck, I'll go into the reasons why I chose things. So without further ado, let's get into it, just so you can see the monsters and the spells and the traps and the extra deck. And then I'll try to explain things later on. 1 Graph, 2 Sir, 1 Libic, 3 Skarm, 1 Kagna, or Kagna, 2 Farfa, 1 Barbar, 1 Rubik, 1 Tour Guide, 3 Rhino, 3 Effect Veiler, and that's it for the monsters. On to spells, it's 1 Good and Evil, 1 Foolish, 1 Soul Charge, 2 Twin Twisters, and 1 Regeki. That's 6 spells. On to traps, 15 traps. 3 Traveler, 1 Fire Lake, 3 Horn of Heaven, 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance, 1 Skill Drain, 1 Bottomless, 1 Solemn, and 3 Quaking Mirror Force. Now, on to the extra deck. Here we go. 1 Virgil, 3 Dante, 2 Downard, 1 Acid Golem, 1 String Division, 1 Giga Brilliant, 2 Nightmare Shark, 1 Zen Mains, 1 Fortune Tune, 1 F-Zero, and 1 Chimera Tech Fortress. Now, on to the reasons why I chose some of the things. Let's start with what I just did most recently, the extra deck. 1 Chimera Tech Fortress because I am citing 3 core, and that's why I just decided to throw this in the extra deck, because of the cores on the side. F-Zero, it's awesome. Its effect doesn't target, so you get to take Cosmos, and it's OP. It counters Leo. Fortune Tune wins timed matches. Wind up Zen Mains over Engineer because it has that ability to destroy, so you can pop scales or any problematic cards. 2 Nightmare Shark because of the 3 Quaking Mirror Force. And because Quaking Mirror Force sets them face down defense, and they can't change their battle position, so you leave them in face down defense and just attack for 4K or 8K. Giga Brilliant boost monsters, and String Division over a 2nd Acid Golem because you have Rhino, so Rhino protects this, and String Division with Giga Brilliant. Giga Brilliant on String Division boosts it to 1800 original attack, and String Division effect when it attacks. When a Division monster attacks, double that Division monster's attack. So basically, when you attack with this after Giga, it gets up to 3600 attack, which is more than Acid Golem. Then the 1 Acid Golem, because it's Acid Golem and you main Skill Drain, or I main Skill Drain. 2 Downard, because I wanted room for the 2nd Nightmare Shark, plus I only really go into 2. There are instances where I would like a 3rd, but 2 is working really well for me. 3 Dante Standard, and 1 Virgil, because it's very situational, and even if it dies when you need it, you can still play without it. 1 Goku, because it's Goku. On to traps. 3 Quaking Mirror Force, because it's actually really good in this new adjusted format, or anytime post-BOSH, because Pepe, they summon 5 monsters, they attack, flip them all face down in defense, and they can't do anything, and you just Nightmare Shark for game. Mirror Match, play this, their BAs die, unless they have Rhino, then you just do this to the Rhino. For Cosmos, you set their ships and then attack with Nightmare Shark and all that. It's really good, basically, against any deck. Oops, what? I don't want to put that on the extra deck. Come on, Henry. One Solemn, because it's basically Jesus. One Bottomless, because right now it's better than Torrential against Cosmos, because it banishes the ships. Skill Drain, because it's Skill Drain. 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance, because you have Pendulums, and not 3, because I actually can kill myself with this. Because if this is on board, and my opponent doesn't destroy this, I can't summon my monsters, and since none of them are really heavy beaters, they can just attack over my BAs, and I lose. 3 Horn of Heavens, because if you don't see this turn 1, it's not very good. This turn 1 basically stops your opponent, and they can't do anything their first turn, and then that gives you a turn to explode on them. 1 Fire Lake, because 2 I found is a bit cloggy, because I would draw Fire Lakes and not be able to get 2 BAs on board. And this is searchable by Dante, by Dante and Cagna. If it's engraved, it's engraved, and you grab it with Dante, and you can just recycle it. So I think 1's enough. 3 Traveler, because you pretty much want to see this turn 1, because this card's nutty. It's basically a Soul Charge without the pay 1,000 and no battle phase. On to spells. 1 Regeki, because the deck wins in keeping a small game state. 2 Twin Twister for back row and scales. Plus it's a discard spell. 1 Soul Charge, because with Rhino this card's OP now. Because you would Soul Charge Rhino and any XEs. Or if you sighted in like Vanity's Fiend, Majesty's Fiend, you could go Soul Charge Rhino and then any of those Fiends, and then you're golden. Foolish, speed up plays. Good and Evil, search any BA card in the deck. 3 Effect Veiler, because it's better in this adjusted format, because you're not really fearing that anything will outpace you, and if they try to, you just Veiler them. 3 Rhino, because it's basically a one-sided skill drain, so your BAs don't kill themselves, and when it hits grave, it's a Foolish for any Fiend. Tour Guide, because it's a 1-card Dante. 1 Rubik, because you only run 1 Virgil, and this is basically a free special summon without the no other effect, like the second effect. Barbar, because you can loot Barbar for game. It inflicts 900, and it's the highest attacking monster that's in the main deck. 2 Farfa, because it gets over problematic Xyzes or monsters, and it's got a nice 1900 wall, which is the second highest defense other than Skarm. 1 Cagna to send Good and Evil or your Fire Lake or Travelers. 3 Skarm, because it's the Searcher. 1 Libic, because Sir is at 1, and this basically is a tour guide from the hand. If this hits grave, you summon one from hand, and its effect's negated, so it's a mini tour guide almost. 2 Sir, because it's at 2, and it basically loops it's a main floater along with Graph, which is a floater, and Sir summons from grave and Graph summons from deck. Graph only 1 because it's at 1. So yeah, that's the main deck. I got about a minute to show you the side, so I won't really say anything for the side, just 1 token, 1 Fire Lake, 2 Maxis, 2 Core. This Fire Lake's going to become a Core when I pick up a 3rd, 2 Vanity's Fiend, 1 Majesty's Fiend, 1 Torrential, because Torrential can be better against some decks than Bottomless, 2 Mistakes, Stop Searching, 2 Iron Walls, Cosmos, and 2 Dark Holes, because again, you win with a small game state. This stuff, because this format's all about continuous effects. Cores for Cosmos, Maxis in case you're afraid you'll get outpaced. That's it for the deck profile, guys. I hope you like it, and I did accomplish my goal of keeping it under 10 minutes. I am sorry that it seemed to go by quickly. It's just this new recording system I have that was free only goes up to 10 minutes, so that's why it's got to be 10 minutes or under. And yeah, I'm out. Peace!